Okay, Dragonshy. It's finally time for a Fluttershy episode, and it turns out it's not easy to be her. But anyway, because first thing she sees is a giant cloud of black smoke descending on the town while she's feeding her animals, and she tries to go and warn everybody, but she can't get anyone to listen. I guess, she doesn't think she's doing anything that's not worthy of paying attention, but she kind of she talks like this. She's afraid to tread on anyone's toes. She mumbles and can't understand. So yeah, nobody pays any attention. Nobody thinks she's even talking to them, is what it seems like. Yeah, her friends, they're all more interested in Rainbow Dash bouncing a ball because she's trying to set some kind of a record there. So, okay. But finally, Twilight Sparkle shows up and gets everyone's attention because she has an outside voice. And, okay, it turns out the princess has contacted her about this. The black smoke is coming from a dragon, and dragons sleep for 100 years because I guess they have a lot of downtime. So it's just going to keep spreading smoke while it sleeps, and 100 years. That's going to totally, I guess, destroy the town, or well, make it unlivable. So okay, Twilight and her friends have been tasked with going up the mountain it's sleeping on and asking it to move somewhere else. So straightforward. We get a suiting up montage from all of them, and I feel like I should know what they're referencing with that, but I don't. I mean, it was fun anyway. Everybody just gets their little moment. It's nothing like too special any one way, but it's just a fun gag. Well, Fluttershy, of course, gets the moment where she overdoes it. She's in football pads and stuff, and she doesn't want to go, and that's her big shot moment. But okay, about that. So yeah, they're heading up the mountain, or they're preparing to, but Fluttershy doesn't want to go because she is scared out of her mind of all this, and that's the one thing about this episode is it kind of turns Fluttershy into a rogue. Like, it decides that she's just scared of everything, not that she's timid or meek, or that she's just scared of everything. And I don't know, in the first episode, she took off into the forest with everyone. I'm sure she was scared. I can't remember detail for detail, but she went along. She didn't like hold them up or anything, and here she does. Like, she just gets so scared she slows their progress to a crawl, and there are some funny moments with that. Like, the way to get started, they have to go up a cliff, a pretty steep cliff, and Fluttershy afraid of climbing it, so they say, okay, well, why don't you just fly up? You have wings. So she starts, and then she hears the dragon roar in the middle of flying up. So, and I guess that's kind of like when you were nervous about going off the diving board or something, because her wings just snap shut, and she falls down, and then everybody looks, and she's like wrestling to get them open, like she's trying to, I don't know, pry something loose. Just, she can't get them open, or so Applejack has to slide down and help her all the way around the mountain, and Pinkie Pie has time to beat Rarity 35 times in a row at tic-tac-toe because it takes them so long. So that was pretty funny overall, but less so as it goes on, because it just starts to get annoying. It starts to get pretty obvious that they go through a pass that Twilight warns them, don't make any noise because you could start an avalanche. And of course, what happens? Fluttershy screams when a leaf brushes her, and she starts an avalanche, and everybody runs for it. Kind of an intense moment, granted, but so yeah, it ends, and everybody's just like, oh, there's Fluttershy again. That's so Fluttershy. And really, because they pointed out earlier that she took on the Manticore in episode 1. She figured that out right away, and I don't know, this time I guess she's just, they kind of see her more as a Scooby-Doo or something like that. The one who just doesn't want to be there and is only, useful by accident. Well, we'll see how she's useful when we get to that, but okay. She's slowing him up. Rainbow Dash is especially hard on her, and I guess I lied. There's one other thing. This episode kind of hates Rainbow Dash, because she is mean. Like, everyone else is annoyed. She's like trying to get Twilight to admit that it was a bad idea to bring Fluttershy. After the avalanche incident, Rarity bumps. Rainbow Dash is trying to help her out. Rarity's like, "Excuse me," and Rainbow Dash is like, "Oh, don't worry, it's not your fault." And looks right at Fluttershy. So she's being pretty cynical, and then Okay, but they get to the dragon. There's no like big change in how this sequence goes. It's the same thing the whole time. They get to the dragon and they prepare to take it on. Let's see, Fluttershy then reveals though that she just can't help because she's afraid of dragons, and Spike doesn't count because he's a little baby, he's cute, whatever. So okay, but she just refuses to help. She says the dragon is the one animal she's afraid of, and end of story. Period. So okay, Twilight goes in, just tries to talk to it, tell it what's up, see if that'll do anything, and it wakes up. It barely seems to notice she's there, and just kind of falls back asleep in the middle of her talking to it. So that doesn't work. Rarity, who they found something funny to do with Rarity this time. I mean, I won't say they never do that, but okay, something besides fashion gags. She decides that more important than getting this dragon to leave, she wants to get her hands on the dragon's treasure. I don't know if that's a common thing, dragons guard gold or something like that. I mean, we've all, I guess, seen, most of us, I'm sure, the second Hobbit movie, well, first and second Hobbit movie, where they establish this dragon flies in just to steal all the gold in a kingdom. So I don't know, maybe that's a common trope. But regardless, Rarity goes in, she flatters the dragon, just like the sea monster from before. She tells it it has nice scales and all that, it should totally go and show them off. And I mean, and meanwhile she's trying on some of this jewelry she finds it sleeping on, and it almost works, but then she throws in the line, "Oh, I'd be happy, of course, to watch your jewelry while you're away." And then he gets it, he just like grabs it all, so chases her out of the cave, and okay, and then Pinkie Pie tries to throw on a Pinkie Pie suit and see if she can get it to laugh, because she says that getting someone to laugh is the fastest way to forming a friendship. And I mean, you don't even see what happens. She goes in and says hi, roar sound. She comes out, the suit's all beaten up, and she just apparently he doesn't like laughing. So okay, so finally Rainbow Dash gets fed up and so really hates her. She flies in there, just yells, "Get out!" Kicks it in the face, and that turns out to be about as good an idea as it sounds. It just like sneezes from, I guess, it landed on its nose, and then it glares down at her, roars, and blows her right out of the cave, and then it comes out now to like really deal with them. He no fire reading, just shoots a bunch of smoke at them now, right at them, and it nearly, I guess, knocks them unconscious with it. And but it also like breaks the rock that Fluttershy is hiding behind. So yeah, she then witnesses the tail end of this action scene. The friends all splayed out, the dragon standing over them like it's gonna take them down. So then she gets mad, and that's where this is going. Now she like starts screaming, "How dare you!" She flies up to it, lands on its nose like she's getting face to face with it. You may be a big scary dragon, but you do not, I repeat, you do not hurt my friends. And yeah, she just like completely stares it down, and then the dragon, we get using it like this is right after you've scolded your dog or something. It goes like, and okay, so and then the dragon talks. It turns out doesn't lose that. I guess if Spike ever grows up, he'll still be able to talk. So for what that's worth. He tries to explain himself, but put that rainbow 150, and she just then starts giving it a lecture like, "I'm sorry, but you're bigger than her. You should know better." And it, and I mean, I guess they were trying to go for, I guess, a moral here on the difference between being aggressive or passive and being assertive, which I don't know if you ever got that lecture in school, but that's a true point. You don't have to pick a fight with someone just because you're asserting your point, and that's what she's doing. She's being assertive and nothing more. So okay, I mean, I guess that's a good moral. But yeah, she just keeps that up until it finally relents, and it breaks down into tears because, well, it's kind of funny. I don't know, whatever. So okay, it agrees to leave. It just goes in, flies off with its stuff without another word, and everybody congratulates Fluttershy. And so she's the big hero, and meanwhile, back in Ponyville, they get one last dig at Rainbow Dash. Now she's the one who's afraid of dragons, so she's trying to set the ball bouncing record again, and Pinkie Pie though does a dragon roar right as she's about to get it, and like she flips on her back, I guess in like a fetal position, and just everybody laughs at Fluttershy. Even gets to gloat for 15 seconds before something startles her too, and now she's the one on the ground. So Okay, everyone else lives happily ever after. So, alright, so what did I think of this one? I thought it was overall really good, but I mean, like I said, not too fond of, I guess, turning Fluttershy into just a load, because I mean, that's just kind of a drag. It's pretty obvious after they run out of sort of clever gags to do with it. Just not much fun. I mean, I made the Rainbow Dash thing sound like a big deal, but I mean, no, that's kind of what the character's for so far. Laughs at her expense of what a schmuck she is. So, okay, I mean, that was fun. I didn't mind that. I did mind the thing with Fluttershy a little bit, especially since that seemed to contradict what we've seen before. And maybe from now on they'll make her shtick like she's completely useless until she gets mad, which I don't know. You can do things with that too, so we'll see. But okay. But overall, though, I really like this is the episode's redeeming value. Just takes it all the way up into just really good territory. I really like the message that shyness is not the mark of a weak. In this case, I'm gonna catch myself on that from now on, hopefully. But anyway, real life though, it's not the mark of a weak person. It's not the mark of weakness. It can be, but they can both be traits that someone has, but sometimes it just means that whoever it is trying to be considerate. I mean, that doesn't mean that they don't have inner strength or whatever you want to call it. So I mean, I did like that, but I mean, maybe they'll try to explore that more in the future. Maybe they'll play it more as just like a gag that, oh yeah, she really has inner strength, but only when she gets mad. So we'll see. Okay. Not too much more to say about this one though, because other than the moral and the assertiveness and whatnot, it's pretty straightforward. So, okay. In spite of, I guess, a couple of slow gags with Fluttershy, was pretty clever the whole time. You got some extra touches of creativity. Such a simple episode. I think I went and started describing it a few times there, but okay. That's pretty much all I got. See you later.